Hello everybody, and it's the wonderful Baron Tormenta here. Yeah, okay, that was a little bit over the top. Oh, well, anyway, it's Baron Tormenta here, and I'm going to bring you some of the latest news out there on current games in the works, and especially things that we cover on this channel. So let's, without further ado, have a look at the first up, Conan Exiles. Now, we don't have that many videos on Conan Exiles, although there are some in the works, especially to do with some of the wonderful building designs that people on our server, thanks to CyrusX for hosting that server. Yeah, and I will be producing a video soon to show off some of the wonderful design work. There's some great buildings on the server. And of course, people are still welcome to join our server. So what is in the news at the moment with regards to Conan Exiles? Well, look at this, folks. This is a news release from their team, from their producer, and Funcom has actually done a breakdown of all the negative reviews. That's amazing. I mean, hats off to Funcom, because I've seen this kind of thing done several times by various game producers, and usually the numbers they come out with of what they think is wrong with the game doesn't seem to be anything to do with the game that I play. It's kind of like, well, how did you get this information? Because I've never heard of the issues that you're highlighting. However, in this case, looking at that list, I think they have hit the nail on the head with regards to Isle of Sipter and current issues. With the biggest issue there being, of course, always with the Funcom games, bugs. 21%. And then they've got a lot of issues here around the map. Saying things that I've heard other players say to me over and over again. The map is too small. The map is empty. There's nothing to do for PvE. It seems to be so PvP based. Why can't I transfer my character to these new lands like you can in something like Ark? All these things I've heard. And fair does. That's all on this list. So yeah, well done for Funcom to take note. But the important thing is, well, what are they going to do about it? Well, amazingly, it looks like they have a plan to do something about it that is great news. Let's go through it. So they're going to introduce many new NPC camps around the map. Now that's great, because let's just take a step back a minute from the Isle of Sipter and just think about what is it that we like in Conan. And let's say Ark as well, because it's kind of the same game. And that is, we like spending, strangely, either loads of time building or trying to hunt down that perfect monster or thrall or whatever to capture and bring back to our base. And that's where a lot of the fun for many people, especially on the PvE side of things, is just trying to almost do your Pokemon. You've got to get them all. So adding lots of NPC camps around the map is great. They're populating them with humans that can be captured, which means that we can yet again on the new map go and try and see if we can find that perfect thrall, get ourselves into all kinds of trouble in the middle of a camp, surrounded by enemies that are respawning, equipped with nothing but a truncheon, and getting in all kinds of mischief. So great fun, good. They are going to expand the map to the south. Great. The map, everybody's been saying, is too small. A bigger map, fantastic. It says more desirable building locations. Yet again, it's gotta be good. The storm is something that I've heard many people say about, and there's been several mods, etc. I've seen to turn it off. So the fact they're toning down the intensity is good. Let's have a quick look. They're going to introduce purges. Now, purges is one of those things that has been a little bit hot and cold. Personally, I think we need to have them. You don't have to always be on a server with purges, but purges mean that you have a reason to go out and capture thralls, train your thralls up, put them on defense around your building. If you're not playing PvP, then from a PvE standpoint, if you don't have purges, the only thing you're doing is getting one good thrall to go adventuring with. And that seems to be a shame, because the game really does allow you to have some great, buildings with, archers and warriors and all the rest of the stuff. So a purge makes that thing required. You need to think, hang on, I need to defend my base against multiple attackers. So great. Purges, good stuff. New activities and new PvE mechanics. I'm not quite sure what the new activities are going to be. I can see fishing coming in here. Some new placeables, great. New religion, fantastic. Some rewards, blah, blah, blah. And then the bottom one, that biggie. That allow character transfer between the Exiled Lands and Untitled Chapter. I mean, hopefully they're doing that in both directions, so that you can, like Ark, you can travel back and forth. So we can go to the Untitled Chapter, find some of these new and unique placeables, get them, and bring them back to the Exiled Lands, or vice versa. Yeah. Playing on there is your starting character, and then go to the Exiled Lands, get yourself something unique in the Exiled Lands, and come back. That would be great. That would be absolutely great. I mean, the artwork they're showing here for some of the NPC camps, I mean, that looks a bit of a nightmare to navigate, which is great. I can see myself getting to the top and whatever, and things respawning, and as I said, only being armed with a truncheon, because you want to knock out the key NPC, and getting swamped. Great stuff. Like it a lot. Yeah, again, lots of these like multi-tiered nasty navigation camps. Really cool. Really cool. Yeah, some pictures there of the vaults. Excellent stuff. Excellent stuff. So a new city they're working on in a new region. It's looking good. Definitely looking good. So there you are for Conan Exiles. We have some nice things to look forward to after Christmas. So yeah, great one. And let's move on to the next. Now, this is Ark. Not Ark number 1, Ark number 2. This is the next big hot news. Now, we don't cover a lot of Ark on this channel, purely because there are a lot of channels out there covering Ark already. So, rather than rehashing everything that's been done a million times by everybody else, I've kind of let Ark slide for now, leave it alone. But Ark 2, now, it's not due out until 2022, I do believe. But that doesn't mean that we won't get to see an awful lot of news and updates about this next year. And why is this different than any other launch? Why have I got a lot more hope over Ark 2 than I have over any other kind of game going on at the moment? Well, not only, as many of you may already know, Vin Diesel is in the trailer, but here's the big one. Here's the big news that you may not know. Vin Diesel, who we all know and love, loves playing Ark and has many, many thousands of hours playing Ark. To the point whereby he has signed on to be an executive producer in Ark 2. And actually, I think on the current upcoming animation TV series thing they're going to do, or web series, or whatever it is. I'll have more news about that later. So he is not only in this trailer and in the game, he is helping to produce this game. Now, I can't imagine Vin Diesel want to stick his name and produce something that's going to be rubbish. So let's all just sit back for a moment and enjoy this trailer.
It's time to go. Lights out, old friend.
Now, I'm not sure if any of you noticed the little thing that was in the bottom left-hand corner. It said, in-game graphics with game assets. Now, that is impressive. if that's the level of quality of game that we're looking for Act 2, I think we'll be doing a lot of coverage of that. Well, so will the whole internet by the looks of it, because that is awesome looking. Absolutely awesome looking. So yes, definitely one to keep an eye on is the development of Act 2. And if I can get any kind of early access, alpha or beta, I will. And I suppose every other person out there will be trying to do the same thing. Right, let's go on to the next announcements. Path of Exiles. Now, Path of Exile is a game that is free to play. It's a game that I enjoy playing. And it's been around for a little while, but as you can see at the top, it's an expansion notice for Path of Exile 3.13. So I don't know if this is going to be replacing Heist as the standard league, if this is a new league that's going to be coming out. But this is a little teaser trailer. There's not much to it, but let's just quickly show this. Well, as you can see, there's not a lot there, to see. They're basically saying, keep an eye out in January, early Jan, join the action. So fantastic. There is a new Path of Exile expansion coming out. So that's great news. And I will keep you up to date with what that is all about come January. And then quickly moving on to the next lot of updates. So next I bring you an update on The Infected. Now this update, as it says, it's actually live in the beta branch right now. Now I do cover The Infected on this channel, not as much as other channels. It's a good game, but I'm still kind of like on the fence whether or not it's a survival as in beat off zombies, or if it's a game that's best played as a actual just straight up survival, because the world that the changes that they've been making recently make it actually a lot harder to just get through the year, and the building in this game is quite intensive with regards to gathering resources. So I'm probably going to actually do another rerun through this soon. I don't know whether or not I'm going to turn the zombies down and actually focus more on the survival aspect. I'll let your comments decide that for me. So let some comments come through. Tell me whether or not you want me to build a real nice base with all of the current updates with less zombie interaction, so we can focus on, the amount of content that's being pushed out at the moment for survival in general and assets. Because let's look what they've added. So they've added a water house, allowing you to get water via electricity, and you can put sinks around your base that'll have hot running water or cold running water or whatever, running water at least, which is pretty cool, I must admit. Now this is nice. They've added a clothes rack. Yeah, I like that a lot. Very good. Very nice. I do think that's a good addition. This is one that I wanted the moment they released the update for winter. Straight away I was like, whoa. We need a greenhouse. Yeah, I need somewhere to put my crops in the winter and to keep warm in some way. So, yay, there is a greenhouse. Now, this is a prefab though. That's the only thing about it I'm a little bit it's because, as you can see, it's a single placeable object rather than a design your own. But I'll have to play with it and see how that goes. I mean, I could just put down just a massive greenhouses. Little fire pots for lighting outside. Nice little addition. Some more stairs, railings, some more design goodies for the house. Little ramps. a load of leather couches and things. I mean, this is getting pretty intense on the level of stuff you can do in your base now. That's not going to be a lot of work to make. I like that. That's nice. So they got some furniture makings. So yeah, great stuff. More bug fixes, more updates for the infected. I can see me doing another run through of the infected, as I said. I'm just not quite sure how much the Vambies are going to play in this now, because the survival and building aspect of this game is really getting a lot of attention. And the Vambies, to be honest, the wolves and bears and foxes, wherever that attack, are enough. The Vambies, I don't really think have much of a place right now, but maybe I can be persuaded otherwise. So yeah, another great addition to stuff we cover on this channel. And then last but not least is a game that, well, I haven't actually covered on the channel yet. You're probably saying, well, why are you showing us a game that you don't actually cover yet? And the reason is this is actually a game that personally I enjoy playing a lot. I would have covered it on the channel up until now, except for those who know the history. Since June this year, there hasn't been an update go live, and I've been waiting for this magical update to come live. And the developers have been putting out regular updates to explain, what they're currently working on and why it's taking so long. And that's fine. It's all good. So there's a super update we've all been waiting for this during now in January, and it's a massive new tanks. They're adding in lots of new stuff. They're adding all the ammunition in. They're redoing an awful lot of the models to make them even more detailed with regards to repairs. They've added in, holes where the tanks have been taken out. There's options for people to create their own tanks. There's new storage areas. There's just so many things that they are adding that will be out for the January release that I've been waiting for this new release to come out, and then I'm going to give you a quick walk around Tank Mechanic, which is a great game. I do enjoy that a lot. So that's another game that I will cover, albeit probably for a short series, in January. So there you are. There's been lots of other updates for other games we cover, like Space Haven is adding double doors and the ability to capture slaves, and things like that. So there's lots of little updates that are out there in the works, and when I can see a big newsworthy update that comes out, I will put it out on here on the channel so that you can all come here for the latest news on all the games that you love. And I will be yet again constantly on the look for little gems, like when I released the fact that Jurassic World was 90% off. Fantastic. And just let you all know what's going on out there, and see you all throughout Christmas and in the new year. So goodbye for now from Baron Tormunda, and thank you yet again for all of your support on my channel. Bye now. Merry Christmas.